Hey guys, I hope you're all doing amazing today. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and give you guys a pick a card reading for your upcoming week. And so the intention behind this reading is going to be advice, what you need to focus on, or really anything necessary for you to know in order for you to have the best possible outcome of your upcoming week. And it is going to be a timeless reading, so that means if you come across this video today, it's for this upcoming week. If you come across it next week, it's still for your upcoming week. If you come across this video in 2 weeks, 6 months, a year, it still applies to you if you feel called to watch this video. Okay, so that's the intention for this video. Like I said, it is going to be a pick a card reading. So I'm going to be doing this reading in 3 groups. So either choose group 1, 2, or 3, in whichever group you feel called to. That's your group. You please use your intuition to pick a group. And just a suggestion, it's good for you to pick a group with your intuition and then kind of stick to that group rather than maybe watch all of the groups and pick whichever one you like the best, because when you do that, it means you're kind of giving yourself a bias reading because you're just looking for what you want to hear rather than maybe what you need to hear. Okay, so just a suggestion. But anyway, yeah, so choose either group 1, 2, or 3. Whichever group you choose, go down to the description box and your reading will be in a timestamp down there so you can go straight to your reading. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so if you chose group 1, this is going to be your reading for the upcoming week, what you need to focus on, advice, whatever you might need to know that will allow you to have the best possible week that you can have. Okay, this is for group 1. What does group 1 need to know about their upcoming week? Group 1. Oh, right there. Okay. Okay, so you have Ant Spirit, and it says time to collaborate. Okay, and let's pick some of your tarot cards to see what we can, to get more information for this. All right, for group 1, what does group 1 need to know for their upcoming week? Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, group 1, let's see what we have here so far. So let me just show you the cards you have. You have the 4 of Swords. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Pentacles. And then you have the 7 of Swords. Okay, let me just connect here, see what message we have for you for your upcoming week. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting an overall message here. With this first oracle card we picked here, Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. I'm feeling like for you, it might be important for you for this upcoming week, and possibly for possibly even for the month, is what I'm feeling, is that it feels like with the Four of Swords here, it feels like there might be some loneliness. It just feels like there's nothing that will kind of benefit you if you stay isolated, because the Four of Swords is giving me some isolation feelings and maybe an unhealthy amount of time in isolation, to the point where it's kind of making you a little bit depressed or just kind of sad, or maybe you're giving yourself too much time to overthink, and it just feels like there might be too much unhealthy mental chatter in your brain that is caused by you kind of isolating yourself and not really talking to anybody. So I feel like for you, for your upcoming week, it will be good for you to be social in some ways. And it feels like with this social push, it feels like you, with the Page of Pentacles here, it feels like you're gonna have an idea, or like it feels like, especially with the Page of Pentacles in conjunction with the Six of Pentacles, it seems like there's gonna be some energy exchange, an important energy exchange with you and some other people or another person. So I feel like you're being pushed a little bit, or you're being asked to be a little bit more social than you have been recently, because it's going to be very beneficial for you now and later, is what I'm feeling like. There's something here that I feel like there's something. Okay, let me show you what I'm seeing here. Okay, we have this person here. They have this pentacle, right? And I don't know if you can see that back there, or if you can tell that right here, right in the background of this picture, there is this like land that looks like it's being prepared to be seeded. It kind of looks like a farm area here. And let me try to put it a little bit closer. But yeah, it feels like this land is ready, it's fertile, it's ready to be seeded. And this individual here has a pentacle, which could be representative of a seed. So I feel like with being more social with other people, it will help you to accumulate a seed, a necessary seed that will, when you plant it, will grow to be very beneficial for you in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your life, whatever goals that you have, even if you're not completely aware of certain things that you think might be beneficial for you in the long run. I just feels like there's something that you want, even if you're not super aware of it right now, that will be beneficial to you in the future. And being social at this time, or just being a little bit, I'm not saying that you have to go out to a club and like party if you don't want to. I'm just talking about there's this need to connect with people. Okay, that could be online. It could be online, but it also could mean, just in general, there's a need to connect with people, and there's a need to not be so there's a need to not isolate yourself right now, because it just feels like with the Four of Swords, it's not doing you any good. And it's just time to kind of get a little bit social, to connect with some people, because with the Six of Pentacles, it's telling us that there needs to be an energy exchange here. The Six of Pentacles has to do with kind of like a balanced give and take, like giving and receiving. And so it feels like for you to be able to get something, you need to put yourself out there so you can receive something, okay? You need to give your guides something to work with. You need to give your higher self something to work with, okay? Because if you want something, if you want to achieve something, you're not going to get anywhere if you're not taking any kind of steps. It feels like that there needs to be a step taken in order for, you know, your guides or your higher self to assist you and say, okay, he or she has taken a step. Now we can throw some signs at him or her. We can throw some signs at you so you can say, okay, is this the right step after this step? And you will be able to, there's just something that you and your guides can work with if you start taking some steps. So I feel like that this isolation is just, it's kind of keeping everything at a standstill. And so if you kind of connect with people, and I'm not sure what that means, you might know what that means for you, to connect with people there, because it just feels like there are ways to connect with people. It doesn't feel like you're someone who just absolutely has no one to talk to or no one to connect with. It just it feels very like your guides are telling me, no, they have something to work with. There's something they can do. So if they tell you that they can't, they're not looking good enough. There's something that they can do. Okay, so I hope, you know, that makes sense to you in some way, because it will be very beneficial for you to connect. Okay, so now we have the Seven of Swords here, and I'm not really sure how this kind of connects into your reading here for this week's group 1. So I'm gonna pull another card here. I think I'm gonna try another deck to get a little bit more elaboration of why the Seven of Swords is here for you, group number 1. So let's see what we have here. Why is the Seven of Swords here for group number 1? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let me show you the Seven of Swords again real quick. And so when you look at this, for me, it feels a little bit like stealing, right? It looks like this individual is stealing. Almost like Grinch, because he's like got this bag and he's on top of a roof and there's a chimney and there's some swords in there and he's just like stealing. So it feels like very Grinch-like energy. As well as I picked this card here, the Hanged Man, to get a little bit more of an explanation of why the Seven of Swords is here. And it feels a little bit like the energies in both of these cards are very similar. Okay. It feels like, okay, let me see how I can word this or how to express it for you guys so that you can receive this the best way you can. Okay, there's this feeling of being in this standstill energy, this Four of Swords energy, where there's no movement, so there's kind of there's no timeline available for you, is what I'm feeling like. Because when our timelines in our future is all based on our thoughts and actions and what we do, okay? So if we feel super happy and optimistic and just satisfied with where our life is in our current moment, your timeline or your timelines are all very positive and can play out in many different ways in a positive way. But if we're in a headspace where we're feeling very pessimistic and we're just feeling depressed and kind of like, you know, I've done so much work, I deserve, you know, things to just be given to me, your timelines will be not so positive. They will be very low vibrational type energies. And so, or just still, and just like no growth will be there. So what I'm feeling with the Seven of Swords and the Hanged Man here, it almost feels like you need to kind of get into the headspace that you want, you're being called to get into the headspace that will lead you to the timelines that are preferred for you. So if you want a timeline or your future timeline to look more positive and filled with creativity and just like amazing, beautiful abundance, then it might be necessary for you to change the way you're thinking in your outlook on life. Like I said, if your outlook is very pessimistic, your future timelines and where you might go are just going to be low. They're going to be, I just feel like your views will be mirrored to you. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for you, group number 1. Your views will be mirrored to you. So if you have no hope for your life, then your life will be hopeless. If you have hope for your life and you're optimistic and you're excited for your future, then you will have an exciting future. Okay, you'll have these exciting timelines that you could possibly go down. Okay, so I feel like for you, group number 1, you're being asked to kind of check in with your headspace and where you are. It might be even helpful for you to write down in a journal all of the way you want to feel. Like for me, what I do, and this is dependent on your preference, whether you are an early bird or you're a night owl, it might be helpful for you to write down in a journal. If you're a morning person, in the morning, you can write down in a journal all the feelings you want to feel that day. Okay, so say today I want to feel happy. Today I want to feel excited. Today I want to live in the moment. Today I want to eat healthy. Today, just write down all of the things that you want to do, all of the ways you want to feel. And once you do that, it kind of puts a highlight in your brain for the day to kind of focus on those things. And so, or if you're a night owl, then you can write down in your journal at night ways you want to feel the next day. And it might be even helpful for you, especially if you have like a bad day, a day that's just kind of like you've done your best, but it's still kind of blah. You can write down like, okay, so this is how the day went, this is how I would prefer it to have gone, and this is how I want it to be different tomorrow. So that's just a suggestion. It's what I do, and it's very helpful to me to keep me kind of focused on staying in a positive mindset, so that my future timelines are always gonna be more positive and optimistic and good and high vibration energy. Okay, so that's it for you, group number 1. I know this is just a quick message for you for your upcoming week, just what you need to do that will be helpful for you to have the best week you can possibly have. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, group 1. Bye. Hi, group number 2. I hope you're all doing amazing today. So, yeah, this is going to be a reading for your upcoming week, like I said in the intro, for whatever you need to know for this upcoming week that will allow this week to be the best possible week it can be for you, group number 2. Okay, so I'm going to pick an oracle card for you, just to get an overall feeling of what you need to focus on for your upcoming week. And then after that, we're gonna pull some tarot cards to get a little bit more details of what you need to know for your upcoming week, group 2. All right, group 2. Okay, so you have Giraffe Spirit, group 2. See the big picture is what the caption says down here underneath Giraffe Spirit. Okay, now let's pull some more cards for you to get a little bit more of an elaboration of the message for your upcoming week, group 2. All right. for group 2 for their upcoming week. Okay, see the big picture. 2 of Cups. Page of Swords. Okay. Knight of Cups. Tower. Okay. I think we'll stop at 4 cards for just now, just to kind of get an idea of what we have here. Okay, so let me show you the cards I picked for you. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Tower. Okay, group 2. So I'm immediately feeling a message here. Interesting. Okay, so with our first card here, our Giraffe Spirit, it feels like especially with the caption, it says, see the big picture. There's something that you may not understand about a current situation that you're going through. It might have to do with a relationship, but with the 2 of Cups here, as you can see, but there's something that you're not seeing regarding this situation. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It might be for some of you, but not for all. It doesn't have to be for all of you. This is a collective reading, so it might be different for different people. But for some of you, it feels like whatever situation you are in, you are needing to see it from a higher perspective, because it almost feels like you're in it. It's too, what's the word? It feels like you're seeing things for what you are rather than for what it actually is. Okay, so there's a need for you to kind of separate yourself from the situation a little bit and kind of look at it from a higher perspective is what I'm feeling for you, group number 2. So we have the 2 of Cups here, as well as the Page of Swords. Okay, and so so what I'm feeling with the Page of Swords here, following the 2 of Cups energy, it feels like there might be something regarding a relationship, or possibly the potential of a relationship for you guys, group number 2, that you need to learn about. Okay, there's something about a relationship or whatever it is that you might be going through, group number 2. There's something about this that you need to learn, because the Page of Swords is all about kind of in the beginning stages of learning something. So there might be something that you have to actually relearn, if that makes sense to you in your situation. It feels like maybe there's a second chance. There's a possibility of a second chance for you, group number 2, in whatever it is that you're going through currently, and for you to have the best possible outcome of your upcoming week. And this feels like it might be helpful for you, not just for this week, but for the following weeks as well. So it feels like, it feels like you want something. It feels like maybe you want a relationship with someone, because we have not only the 2 of Cups here that has to do with kind of like partnerships in a loving relationship. I mean, it has to do with other things than that, but in this specific reading, it's feeling very like romantic relationship to me, because we also have the Knight of Cups. This also is kind of like the Knight in Shining Armor card. So it means you might want something. You might have your eye on something or someone and you want them, okay? But there's something it feels like you have to learn, because we also have the Tower card here, which means something wasn't working. So like something wasn't working, and something has to start over again, okay? There needs to be a new way of doing things So maybe you're in a relationship, or you want to be in a relationship, but you may have, there might have been a separation, or something just kind of went wrong, and you have to kind of pull yourself back from the situation and kind of look at, all the what you have here, what you're working with, and kind of figure out, okay, if this, I messed it up, or it didn't go right with this in this way, trying to have a relationship in this way, then how can I do it differently so it doesn't mess up again, is what I'm feeling for you guys, group number 2. Because it feels like with the Knight of Cups, like I said, you want something, you want a partnership, you want to have a relationship, is what it feels like, really, for you guys, group number 2. Even if, well, your heart definitely wants a relationship, is what I'm feeling. If you're not completely aligned and in tune with your heart, but you feel like there's a yearning for something in your life, I feel like a relationship might be what is missing for you in your life right now, group number 2. If you, and this is just, this is a reading. This isn't mandatory what I'm telling you to do or what you need to think, or this is just to help you. If something aligns and resonates with you in this reading, then take that. If there's something that doesn't really make sense to you in your life right now, then you can dismiss it. It's fine. This is just to help you, okay? And so yeah, I just feels like your heart is kind of yearning for a partnership in some aspect, and maybe you don't know how to create a relationship that will be rock solid, okay? So yeah, I feel like you're being asked to kind of step back from the situation and really think about what you can do, okay? And like I said, with the Page of Swords, there's some learning you have to do, okay? But if you are passionate about whatever it is that you want, you will figure it out, is what I'm feeling for you, group number 2. Okay, I do want to get a little bit more information here about what might be helpful for you, group number 2. Okay. Okay, so I feel like I have to pull this card out because it flew right out. This is the 3 of Pentacles here, and it feels like teamwork is necessary, okay? So so compromise, I guess compromise, I feel like compromise is something that's important for you in your relationship. There has to be some compromise, okay? We have to be able to balance what we need in our relationship with what your partner might need in a relationship, and really brainstorm about how you can integrate those 2 needs, so it's able to come together in a way that will be rock solid and not, on faulty foundation. Because if you kind of work on a faulty foundation, it will eventually all fall down again, or it just will fall down again. So I'm just feeling like there is a lot of teamwork required to assist this relationship, to that will help you to have a rock solid foundation in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, which it feels like a relationship to me, or some kind of teamwork, okay? It requires working together and effort and passion to want to work on that. Okay, That's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope that was helpful for you for your upcoming week, what you might need to know, what might be important for you to focus on for your upcoming week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, group number 3. This is going to be for, like I said, this is going to be for your upcoming week, whatever you need to know, whatever you need to focus on, anything you need to hear, basically, that will help you to have the best possible outcome of your upcoming week. So let's pull an oracle card for you to get an overall view of what it is that you need to know, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to get more details about this energy. Okay, for group 3. For group 3, yes, okay. Okay, so group 3, you have hummingbird spirit, be here now. Okay, so I feel like, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory there, is that for you, group 3, what might be very helpful for you for your upcoming week is for you to be very present, to be present in the now moment. So maybe not to focus too much on what you, where you've been and where you will be, but to kind of focus more on enjoying life here and now, and to be open to being satisfied here and now before you achieve, you know, all of your dreams or all of your goals. Okay, so that's the first message I'm feeling for you guys, group number 3. Let's see what else we can get for you here. Okay. Okay, group number 3. So let me just show you the cards that I pulled. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Fool. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so let me just take a deep breath here and just kind of connect, see what we have for you, group 3. Okay, so for you, group number 3, so like I said, it's important for you to be in the present moment at this time. It'll be very helpful for you for this upcoming week, for you to focus and work on being present, being in the present moment. It will just be very beneficial for you for this upcoming week, as well as in the weeks to come. And so what I'm feeling for you, group number 3, is that there might be something that you need to do. There might be a step that you need to take, because in the Fool card as well as in the Knight of Cups card, they're both about to take a step, okay? And for the Knight of Cups picture here, it almost feels like there is apprehension or a hesitance to take a step, because it's like, oh, stepping into the water, oh no, as well as the Fool card. But the Fool card looks a little bit more optimistic and excited about stepping off of this cliff, as opposed to the Knight of Cups looks a little bit more hesitant. So what I'm feeling is that you may need to move forward with something. There's something that maybe you've been thinking about, something that you need to do. But you're kind of, with the Six of Cup, it looks like you're a little bit distracted with the past. It's making me feel like, with this, the depiction of this individual looking at pictures, it's almost giving me the feeling of like the past, or like focusing on the past where you're comfortable, and just kind of feeding off of the past energy. And yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of fear, and it doesn't feel like a strong feeling of fear, just a little bit of anxiety, because there's no cards here that really depict that there is this overwhelming sense of fear to kind of move forward in whatever it is that you might need to move forward in. It just feels like there is a little bit of anxiety here, and because there is such little anxiety here, I feel like you're being asked to take the step. Okay, so whatever it is that you may have been thinking about of doing, or maybe something that you just need to do. There's something that I feel like you just need to do. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's making me feel like it might be something that you need to juggle, as well as the Fool card. I mean, this individual, I don't think he's juggling, but when I first looked at it, I thought that there was juggling here, but it could be just because he's a clown and he's got a bunch of bells all over his crazy hat that it looked like he was juggling. But I don't think that's, I feels like it's by design that I thought he was juggling, because the Two of Pentacles has to do with kind of juggling things in order to, find a balance with whatever you're going through in your life, group number 3. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a balance that you need to, there's a balance here that you need to learn how to balance. There's some things in your life that you need to learn how to balance and juggle, so that you know how to, so you can learn how to operate in a more efficient way, in a way that will be less stressful and whatnot. Okay, so for you, group number 3, it just feels like you're being asked to be present, stay in the present moment, because if you're in the present moment, it will allow you to see the next step. Okay, so and also, I feel like the next step for you is going to be a little bit scary. I see that with the Fool card. You don't know what you're stepping into. It's kind of like an unknown, scary thing, which is probably why the anxiety with the Knight of Cups is here. That there's a little bit of hesitance and apprehension to kind of move forward, is because maybe you can't really see the other side of this step. And so there's kind of... and there's also, I think you might be aware of the fact that if you take this step, there's going to be this kind of juggle experience. And I feel like that's also a little bit giving you anxiety a little bit, because there's some things that you might have to juggle if you do take this step on this, to this unknown door, or to this, taking the step of the unknown is what I'm feeling for you. And I feel like you might know that taking the step might be challenging for you, and so you're apprehensive to kind of take that step. But it feels like, again, with the Six of Cups, it feels like you're kind of distracting yourself with what you've always done and kind of things that you're comfortable with. So it feels like you might be, distracting yourself at this time with staying safe, or playing it safe, and kind of just staying where you've always stayed, or just doing what you've always done. And so I feel like for you, group number 3, it will be very beneficial for you and helpful for you for this upcoming week, as well as the weeks ahead, to be present, so that you are able to have the courage and to have the vision to see that everything's going to be fine when you take this step, okay? And to be very aligned with the now moment, which is where your power is and is available to you, so that you will be able to have that power to protect you, okay? So that you know that you'll be fine if you take this step, okay? It feels like there's a part of you that's anxious to take a step towards something, but there's also another part of you that kind of is very aware of it, which is kind of just like, like, I know this is going to be amazing if I take this step. I know there could be amazing things that could happen if I take this step, but it's going to be a lot of work. And so it's kind of, there's just this apprehensive feeling to taking this step, and then there's just like, whoa, I'm so comfortable now, and it feels so great to be comfortable now, and to just kind of like fantasize about things, which is what the hummingbird spirit is telling us, is that you need to be here now, okay? You've thought a lot about, what you want. You've thought a lot about like what kind of life you want. You've thought a lot about what you want in general, and now it just feels like you're being pushed to kind of like do something about it. Take one step. Take one step that will kind of rattle your life up a bit, and that rattling up of your life is a good thing, is what I'm feeling for you, group number 3. Okay, so it feels for you that it's important for you for this upcoming week to kind of challenge yourself a little bit, and kind of to step out of your comfort zone a little bit for your upcoming week and for the following weeks, group number 3. Okay, so I think that's all for you. Yeah, I believe that's all for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you for your upcoming week, and just kind of insights into what might be helpful for you, group number 3. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.